Oh, got it. All right. What do we got here? Oh man, it's a monster to start the day. All right, every fish counts. Zero's out the boat. Thank you. All right. Woo! Oh, come on, fish. Go. Yeah. Alrighty. There we go. There we go. Oh. Thank you, Lord. There we go. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Boom. Go. There we go. Oh, come on, fishy. Get in the boat. There we go. Alright, rigging ain't easy. Come on, fishy. I just want to take your picture. Alright, fishing brothers and sisters, I tore some fish up today, but that doesn't matter. Let's put you on some fish. Today, I'm going to talk you through how I caught my fish, why I fished the areas that I did, and the adjustments I made on the water that made those fish catches possible. And I'm going to wrap it up by showing you the exact spot that I was fishing. Earlier in the week, I had went out and I had got a good shallow bite going. I had found some spawning fish and some fish up in some shallow hard spots in the grass. I didn't think that was going to be the bite today. I started off fishing a point with a Alabama rig. Did not get any bites on that Alabama rig, but I did get some followers. I had some fish kind of coming up and slashing at the bait a little bit. So I changed over to a jerkbait, and first cast with the jerkbait, bam, got a little fish. Second cast out there, got another fish. So I knew I was onto something there with that jerkbait bite on the point. But I wanted to keep the fish honest. I went up and I found some hard spots in the grass, some patches. You can find these areas with your eyes, just going as you're going down the bank. You're looking for little white spots in the grass, and those kind of areas are the spots that those fish will spawn in and relate to up shallow. I'd got a couple fish on the jerkbait earlier, so I knew I could catch some fish on a jerkbait. So I decided to fish some pre-spawn areas. I just went out and there's a road bed right near where I had launched, and I went to the road bed, and there was some wind coming in and going across that road bed. So I just positioned my boat where I could cast into that wind, and first cast as a jerkbait, got one. I had a lot of fish just following that jerkbait, slashing at the jerkbait. You know, I wasn't catching them like I thought I should. So my next adjustment, I was like, well, maybe I could catch them on an Alabama rig. So I tried that Alabama rig out, and I caught some fish on that Alabama rig. I caught, maybe 4 or 5 on the Alabama rig, but I was having some of the same problems with the Alabama rig as I had with the jerkbait. I had followers, fish slashing at it, and I needed to make an adjustment. When you're fishing a reaction bite like I was today, there's a few different adjustments that you can make. We just had a lot of tournament pressure come through the lake. We had 3 days worth of tournaments, multiple tournaments at multiple ramps launching out. There has just been a ton of fishing pressure. At first I was using and catching some fish on this bluegill KVD jerkbait. That was working, but I needed to make a change. You have a few different choices when you're on a reaction bite. There's some things that you can do. If you're having fish follow it, but you're having commitment issues, you can change the color, and that includes flash. Sometimes they anything flashy they'll just destroy. Sometimes they don't want that flash at all, and they'll immediately shy away from that. So color and flash I'll group together. You can change the speed of retrieve. Sometimes they want that thing just working as fast as you can, and they did like that today. I was working it a little bit faster. You can see in my videos I was not pausing it very much. You can sometimes they want it really slow. Sometimes you're on a I was on a jerkbait bite today, where I could have paused it, but sometimes if you're on a good rattle trap bite, sometimes they want that thing ripped, they want that thing burned, and then sometimes they like a little bit slower retrieve. They like that yo-yo retrieve, and sometimes dropping your weight down so you have a little bit slower fall. That can be something that triggers them in a reaction bite. Lastly, you can do is you can change the size of your bait. Sometimes they'll just be keyed in on something big and sizing up. If they're feeding on gizzard shad, doing something a little bit bigger can make them commit. And sometimes if they're feeding on really small bait, really small minnows, sizing down can be the key to helping with your commitment issues that you're having. The size change is what I did. I went to a Megabass Vision 110 +1 Junior, and this is the exact one I was catching them on. All right, when I decided to use this smaller jerkbait, I didn't throw it on my regular jerkbait rod. I put it on my BFS and also a spinning rod. It's much easier to cast. You can get a little bit more distance if you use a BFS setup. Now, it was a regular standard bass rod, but I just had a BFS reel on there, and that really will extend your cast and let you cover a lot more water. If you're interested in some BFS gear, any of the lures that I threw today, I will have links down below. I have some Amazon and Cabela's affiliate links you can use to purchase this gear or anything else you might need, and it would help a brother out. Alright, if you want to follow me on Navionics to see what I was fishing, we are here on Guntersville Lake, Honeycomb Creek. I had launched right back in here and caught some fish on the point to start with, but I was hard-headed with that shallow bite and looked for primrose and hard spots in the primrose back here to no effect. So I hit the eject button there and decided to go back to fishing the more pre-spawn areas that are deeper, and I had just idled through this bridge here and took a stop at this road bed. Now, this road bed is definitely a community hole. If you didn't see in my video, there's plenty of people fishing around me here, a lot of boat traffic coming through. Now, don't let that kind of thing bother you. I was catching fish out of people's prop wash as they were coming through. If people are driving over your spot, don't get angry, don't get frustrated. Sometimes that'll stir the bait fish up and actually make it better. Fish will relate to road beds this time of the year, but also the wind was coming in from the left here, going across the point of this road bed, and there was just a huge number of fish stacked up here. Alright, I hope you learned something today and taught you a little bit about how to fish in the early part of the year and some adjustments you can make year-round if you're on a reaction bite. Follow these tips and I'm sure that you'll load the boat.